For insight into all of this, we spoke late today with Republican William Cohen, former Senator of Maine and Secretary of Defense in the Clinton administration.
I think it's a big mistake to belittle the intelligence community because it looks as if you're trying to politicize it. If the intelligence community agrees with me, they're good. If they don't, they're bad. And I think the notion that somehow this is the same group that said there were nuclear weapons in Iraq misses the point. It's like saying if Donald Trump has filed 7 bankruptcies on several of his companies, does that mean he's a bad businessman? He made good choices and bad choices. Sometimes the community gets it wrong. Most of the time they get it right.
Mr. Trump said that he was, quote, a smart person, and therefore he didn't need to receive the presidential intelligence brief every day. What do you think of that?
I think information is power, and information doesn't always translate into knowledge, but at least you ought to have the basic facts in front of you. And I think it's important that the president be aware of what's taking place on a global basis every day and not every week.
So your advice to the president-elect would be what?
Listen more, read more, and you have an intelligence community which is among the finest in the world, and listen to what their analysis is and their recommendations to you are.
One of the complaints that he appears to have is that the president's daily brief has a lot of redundant information day after day.
Well, the president can say, simplify this because I know all of the other material, but I want it in 5 and not 10 pages. So he can do that, but I think to ignore the daily briefing is not wise.
This controversy with Russia, what are the implications of fighting this battle now at the same time that President Trump has made so many complaints about China and reached out to Taiwan?
I'm confused in terms of why President-elect Trump is seeking to embrace President Putin, who has annexed Crimea, who's destabilized Ukraine, who has bombed thousands of innocent civilians in Aleppo, and yet is willing to poke a finger in the eye of the Chinese at the same time. If you want to start a new policy toward China, the best way is to sit down with the president of the Chinese and say, Mr. President, we're going to have a slightly different relationship than you're accustomed to.
Former Defense Secretary William Cohen, thank you very much for being with us.
Pleasure to be with you.